Good morning. I'm Dr. Michael Negretti, Assistant Academic Vice President, and I'd like to welcome you today to the 105th Commencement Ceremony of Samuel Merritt University. This is a time of recognition. Yeah, give a round of applause. This is a great event. So this is a time of recognition and celebration for not only our graduates, but also for all of you, their family and friends who've supported them during their rigorous courses of study. Now, our commencement ceremony today begins with the procession of the faculty, the Board of Regents, the University Administration, and then the graduates will process. The Master of Physician Assistant candidates will be led by Dr. Michael DeRosa, Assistant Professor and Chair. The Master of Occupational Therapy candidates will be led by Dr. Kate Hayner, Associate Professor and Chair. The Doctor of Physical Therapy candidates will be led by Tron Hardy of the DPT class of 2017, who was selected by his classmates. The Doctor of Podiatric Medicine candidates will be led by Dr. Mark Rosante, Assistant Professor of Medicine, who was selected by a vote of the graduating CSPM students. And now, parents, relatives, and friends of the graduates, I declare the 2017 commencement ceremony for Samuel Merritt University to be now open. Will you please stand for the procession of the faculty, Board of Regents, University Administration, special guests, and then the graduates.
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Dr. Scott Foster, Academic Vice President and Provost at Samuel Merritt University. Good morning and welcome to this very special occasion. I'd also like to welcome those who are joining us today via live stream video. I am honored to serve as presiding officer of this Sentinel event in the lives of our graduates and their families. Our university is named for Dr. Samuel Merritt, a physician who came to California in the mid-1850s when Oakland was developing rapidly as a city. This was a very exciting place to be, and young Dr. Merritt quickly became involved in a variety of business and community enterprises. He was elected mayor of Oakland in 1867 and introduced and supported many progressive ideas, including the city's first municipal water supply, its first public health department, and a subscription library that was the forerunner of Oakland's public library. Dr. Samuel Merritt also sponsored financially Samuel Merritt Hospital, built from his legacy. The hospital opened in 1909, as did the Samuel Merritt Hospital School of Nursing, which was the original educational unit of this university. The school, obviously, has since evolved into the present-day Samuel Merritt University, a nationally recognized multi-specialty health professions institution of higher education. I'm now honored to introduce our president, Sharon Diaz. The university has benefited greatly from President Diaz's leadership as the chief executive officer. This year, she is celebrating her 44th year at SMU. President Diaz will extend welcome and then introduce our commencement speaker. President Diaz.
Thank you, Dr. Foster. Good morning. Come on, you must have had some coffee. Let's try that again. Good morning. Much better. It really is a great opportunity to welcome you here today. Fellow regents, Ms. Zufi, Dr. what? Dr. Garrick, Dr. McLean, Olympian Hall, faculty, graduates, family and friends. What an incredible gathering. I must confess, as a witness, victim of more than 50 commencements, I know that you didn't come here to hear me, and so I'm going to keep it really short. I do approach this day with some dread, and then I get here. And as I process in all of this finery, and see you and all of yours, I develop a sense of awe, for it really is a very exciting day. I sense your enthusiasm, your excitement, and it is a bit contagious. I am indeed awed by all that you have accomplished, and I know that we know but a fraction of your stories. If we have achieved our mission, you will be compassionate, and you will be respectful, and you will treat your patients not as you would wish to be treated, but as they wish to be treated. You will provide high quality care, and you will be richly rewarded. For at the end of every day, you will know that you have made a difference. There is not one thing that is more rewarding. Because I have promised to keep this brief, I am therefore very pleased to introduce the 2017 commencement speaker, Mr. Gary Hall, Jr. Mr. Hall is Mr. Hall is an Olympic swimmer who represented the United States in 3 Olympic Games and won 10 Olympic medals. Yeah, woo is right. He was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 1999 as he was training for the 2000 Olympic Games and told he was not to compete. The rest of the story is his. But since retiring from swimming, he has focused on helping those with diabetes lead long and productive lives. He serves on several boards and advisory groups, including the Sanford Health International Board, the Aspen Institute Project Play Advisory Group, the University of Arizona Department of Surgery, and the National Youth Sports Health and Safety Institute Leadership Board. He has also testified before Senate subcommittees on health care and related issues, and he was a featured speaker at the 2016 Vatican-hosted Cellular Horizons Conference on stem cell therapy. Mr. Hall shared with me last night, however, this is his first commencement speech. So please join me in welcoming Gary Hall.
Thank you, congratulations, and welcome to the front line of healthcare. It is a total mess. And we need you to fix it. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. My name is Gary Hall. It was mentioned I have a bunch of Olympic medals. I'm in the Olympic Hall of Fame. I am sometimes a jackass, and I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and have relished the role of patient advocate for many, many years now. In addition to also swimming in 3 Olympic Games, my father is a third-generation doctor. Retired now, he practiced ophthalmology for 25 years in Phoenix, Arizona. My grandfather was an orthopedic, and my great-grandfather was a general practitioner. I'll never forget, after graduating from high school, my father pulling me aside, he put his hand on my shoulder, he looked me in the eyes, and he said, "If you ever go into medicine, I'll kill you." By the end of his career, he was so disenchanted with the enormous fragmented infrastructure, and it was convoluted with imperfect politics, politicians, and policy. But one thing that he always loved was the connection with his patients, and he talks about it now, many years into retirement. Greeting you to this new chapter of your life, there exists an overwhelming public expectation for you to navigate a changing system of emerging technologies, therapies, and systems at a pace that no previous generation of healthcare professional could have even imagined. There are changing laws and policy, there's bureaucracy, there's continued education, insurance nightmares, and there are tons and tons and tons of lawyers. Life is tough. Training for the Olympics is tough. Your job is going to be tough. Anything good in life can be tough. But if you can take this giant, complicated thing called healthcare and you boil it down to its most important core element, it is that connection between healthcare practitioner and patient. That is the purest touch point between all of the surrounding madness out there. You have the unique ability to reinstate care in healthcare. There is a 0% chance of survival. All patients will die eventually. No one here gets out alive, as the Lizard King once so eloquently said. Yet, as healthcare professionals, you'll be outrageously expected by the public to revive and sustain our population despite the inevitability of atrophy and death. It is your job to reel in public expectation in this regard, provide psychology services to patients and their loved ones, and also deal with this insurance madness that's going on. Let's call it a semblance of a system. However, somewhere in the muck of despair, buried under exhaustion and empty 5-hour energy bottles, is an opportunity to be there for another human being who desperately needs help. You have persevered to achieve an often thankless position to alleviate human suffering. And that is perhaps the most noble quest. Please remind yourself of why you're doing this when the going gets tough, and the going will get tough. I was told as a kid to not approach a wounded dog, that if in too much pain, a dog will bite anything or anyone that comes near it. And yet you have chosen to place yourself immediately next to the wounded and suffering. You're going to see the worst in people. You'll deal with stressed out people reeling with injury in the stages of grief, trying to cope with some heartless revolver of anxiety, exhaustion, uncertainty, fear, depression, anger, panic, all of the things that bring out the worst in people. You're going to see patients drowning in financial distress. You're going to see scared family members, and to a varying degree, these patients will be overwhelmed attempting to process a sense of fallibility and mortality. We, the patients, show up at your doorstep, psychologically flailing, oftentimes unable to articulate any appreciation for what you're attempting to do. Some will handle it bravely, and others you'll have some funny stories to tell. And every once in a while, you'll come across something so beautiful, some triumph in recovery or improbable miracle, something so touching that'll restore your faith in humanity and your profession. And it'll make all the headache and early cold swim practices worth it. Type 1 diabetes diagnosis changed my life. There are before and after moments, and that was one for me. Everything today in my life is different because of that diagnosis. And I was diagnosed in March of 1999. I was experiencing all the classic symptoms of type 1 diabetes, thirsty, blurred vision. I eventually collapsed, went to the family practitioner, and he told me the bad news and made an appointment at the endocrinologist's office immediately. He said, "Get over there right away." I drove over there and went into this waiting room, and there was 40 people in this waiting room, a huge receptionist island in the center with 5 women working frantically. I was shown back to an examining room. The endocrinologist came in with a clipboard. You have diabetes, yada, 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 shots of insulin, test your blood sugar 5 times a day. There's a diabetes nurse educator at the end of the hall. Go see her. He pivoted and was 2 steps toward the door when I said, wait, how's this going to affect my swimming career? And he said, what does it take to be an Olympic swimmer? I said, swimming 8 hours a day. He said, no, go see the nurse at the end of the hall. And I did. And I have to explain to you the impact of a diagnosis. That's why I'm here today. It felt like I had been punched in the stomach, that the wind had been knocked out of me. And it felt like it was more than wind that had left my body there in the examining room. In my head, there was some combination of tinnitus and static, and 4 conversations with all participants asking questions going on in my head. And I remember shuffling down the hall to that nurse educator's office. There's a tiny little room, there's pamphlets and samples piled up against the walls. I can barely remember anything that poor woman said, but I was just so, the thing that I remember this many years later and was so impressed with was how hard she was trying. Not how hard she was working. Clearly this was an overworked woman. She was dealing with exhaustion, but how hard she was trying. That's what I still remember all these years later. And that's what inspired me to try, to not give up. In the weeks after the diagnosis, in months, I was suicidal. I heard about the complications that can stem from diabetes. If you're in podiatry, you're going to see the uglier complications that can arise from this disease. And I've never given up on that. And it's just inspiring. You have that ability to inspire. Anyway, she ran me through what I needed to do, showed me how to give myself a shot of insulin, test my blood sugar, and she turned to me at the end and said, everything's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. And she sent me on my way. Eventually, with a lot of hard work, I became the fastest swimmer in the world, something I had not achieved previously to being diagnosed. And I won a bunch of Olympic medals. I represented the United States and all people with diabetes out there. And that is my greatest achievement, being able to inspire other people with diabetes. There's no Olympic medal that can compare to that. I used that swimming accomplishment to bring awareness to and fundraise for medical research and patient outreach programming. And if I'm giving you any bit of advice today, it comes from that patient advocate position. I'd like to thank Samuel Merritt University. Thanks to Samuel Merritt University and a lot of hard work, you have achieved an opportunity to inspire every day that you go into work. At a most vulnerable time in a patient's life. You are the touch point at that critical time. Take advantage of it. Never take it for granted. I'm going to leave you with 5 bits of advice. Number 1, know what you're good at. I was at a party at an apartment on the Lower East Side of Manhattan once, and out came a couple ping pong paddles, so we all headed down to the park to play some ping pong, and then as we were leaving, there was a guy that was there, and I turned to him and I said, "Are you any good at ping pong?" He looks me square in the eyes, dead serious. He says, "Ping pong is the one thing in life that I'm really, really good at." It turns out he wasn't kidding. He was really a great ping pong player. But if somebody ever asks you, what's the one thing in life that you're really, really good at, you should be able to answer that right away. And if you don't know, find out. Number 2, be proud. Take pride in who you are and what you do. Number 3, Don't be an asshole. Thank you. There is currently a surplus. Number 4, don't try to get it perfect. I've met a lot of successful people because I swam fast at the Olympics, in business, and entertainment, every walk of life. The one common thread between all successful people that I have met is that they aren't trying to be the best. They are obsessive about trying to be a little bit better every day. If you can focus on that, eventually you can become the best. Very, very tall mountains are climbed by very little steps. That's how you win Olympic medals. It's how you change healthcare. It's how you fix a broken healthcare system. And number 5, everything is going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Sally forth and change the world. Congratulations. Thank you.
Wow. Tech. Again, thank you, Mr. Hall. Good man, thank you. I would now like to introduce Dr. Hayner, who will introduce the winner of the Outstanding Student. Dr. Hayner.
The Outstanding Student Award is given to the student that has demonstrated a commitment to service, has a strong academic record, and has demonstrated high level of professionalism and outstanding teamwork. I am pleased to present the 2017 Outstanding Occupational Therapy Student Award to Alondra Aman. Congratulations. Alondra, would you come to the stage?
Congratulations. Thank you, Dr. Hayner. Dr. Nicole Christensen, Chair of the Department of Physical Therapy, will now present the Outstanding Physical Therapist Student Award.
This award is given to a graduating physical therapy student who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in at least 2 of the 3 following areas: scholarship, clinical practice, and service. This award is meant to exemplify the highest level of achievement and potential in relation to the mission and values of the Department of Physical Therapy. I am pleased to present the 2017 Outstanding Physical Therapist Student Award to Justin Lalonde. Congratulations.
Congrats. Thank you, Dr. Christensen. I would now like to introduce Dr. Eric Stamps, Associate Dean of Clinical Affairs for the California School of Podiatric Medicine. He will present the Scepter Award.
The concept of the Scepter Award was developed by the former California College of Podiatric Medicine and its alumni and associates to symbolize their commitment to academic excellence. The Scepter Award is given each year to the graduating student who, in the opinion of their classmates and faculty, has shown outstanding clinical skills and devotion to the interest of patients. The scepter is the visible symbol of the attributes of mind and heart that characterize the true podiatric physician. I am pleased to present the Scepter Award for 2017 to Audrey Alvarez.
I would now like to introduce Dr. Alvin McLean, member of the Samuel Merritt University Board of Regents, who will confer the degree. Dr. McLean is chairman and co-owner of Comprehensive Home and Companion Services, as well as professor of clinical psychology and co-director of clinical training at the John F. Kennedy University. Dr. McLean serves as minister of music at Allen Temple Baptist Church and is a board member for the Bay Area Albert Schweitzer Fellows and the Robert C. Scott Wellness Center. Dr. McLean holds bachelor's degrees from Kansas University and a PhD from the University of Wisconsin. Dr. McLean, I am pleased to present the candidates for degrees. I certify to you that the students appear before you have completed all of the requirements for participation in today's ceremony. Dr. McLean.
Good morning. Graduates, family members, regents, President Diaz, and faculty and staff. I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to all of the students graduating today. I am honored to be here in the presence of such a talented and committed group of graduating students. Your future professional achievements will have a valued and lasting impact on the quality of health care. SMU Merritt University and the Board of Regents are very, very proud of your achievements. Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Physician Assistant, Master of Occupational Therapy, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and Doctor of Podiatric Medicine please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the State of California, I am pleased to confer upon you the Master of Physician Assistant degree, the Master of Occupational Therapy degree, the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree, and the Doctor of Podiatric Medicine degree, with all of the corresponding rights, privileges, and responsibilities. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. McLean. Dr. Mike DeRosa, Assistant Professor and Chair of the Master's Assistant Program, Physician Assistant Program, will congratulate the graduates as they cross the stage and receive their diploma from President Diaz. Dr. Craig Elliott, Assistant Vice President of Enrollment and Student Services, will call the candidates. I've made an error. It is Associate Professor DeRosa.
Stephanie Ng. Felicity Harris. Elizabeth Phillips. Kevin Tang.
Thank you, Dr. Elliott. Dr. Kate Hayner, Associate Professor and Chair of the Department of Occupational Therapy, will congratulate the candidates, the graduates, as they cross the stage to receive their diploma from the President. Ms. Beth Ching, Assistant Professor, will call the candidates.
Alondra Maria Ammon. Brady Arms. Holly Otler. Adelie Bernstein. Leslie Gray Bruner. Ferdinand Lawrence Watt. Charvi Choksi. Haley Colon. Brittany Cormier. Amber Crowley. Cristina Teresa Cuadros. Julie Formica. Francis Gadayan. Catherine Aver. Susan Hensley. Madeline Holty. Alexandra Howard. Ann Hoyer. John Hutton, Jr. Nicole Jagger. Rachel Jaime. Samantha Jung. Kelly Johnson. Lori Kabamalan. Sandy Quach. Alina Larrabee. Joy LeGrant. Amanda Lowe. Adam Lowe. Nicole Lux. Christy Renelle Boren Moulton. Kelsey Page. Yeah, sure. Sophia Swanson Santiago. Queen May Linao Sorol. Stephanie Silman. Lisa Hogaboom Stevens. Michelle Talker. Lisette Suniga.
Thank you, Ms. Cheng. Dr. Susan Grieve, Assistant Professor of Physical Therapy, and Dr. Stephanie Greenspan, Assistant Professor, will hood the DPT graduates. Dr. Nicole Christensen, Associate Professor and Chair of the Department of Physical Therapy, will call the candidates to be hooded. Dr. Christensen will then administer the oath of commitment.
Dominic Biaco. Kimberly Batten. Lindsay Brophy. Andrew Connor. Mindy Deep. Mike Drzyk. Alexander Ng. Sophia Fong. Emily Foxton. Brittany Gribben. Tron Hardy. Jamie Harrow. Whitney Henningfield. Danielle Casamatas. Justin Lalonde. Hanmin Lau. Charmaine Martin. Carly Mills. Jesse Morris. Brett Powell. Eric Robinson, excuse me. Gabriela Sanchez. Sarah Shantz. Melody Sharif. Erin Tiddiger. Allegra Tringali. Kelly Urig. Zach Vickers. Philip Wong. Frida Weitzer. Michelle Wong. Logan Zimmerman. Will the Doctor of Physical Therapists graduates please stand? We will now proceed with the oath of commitment. As I enter the profession of physical therapy, I solemnly and willingly pledge to place the welfare of my patients and clients above my own self-interests. To this end, I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals. I will act with integrity and exercise sound judgment in the ethical and legal practice of physical therapy. I will act with compassion and caring. I will acknowledge my limitations and seek the consultation of others whenever this may advance the welfare of those I serve. And I solemnly and willingly pledge to protect and serve the public by maintaining professional competence, promoting high standards in practice, education, and research, using my professional skills and knowledge to improve the health and wellness of the communities I serve. With this pledge, I freely accept the responsibilities and duties that accompany the profession and practice of physical therapy. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Christensen. The graduates of CSPM have selected Dr. Cherry Schote and Dr. Henry Sanchez from the Department of Preclinical Sciences to hood the graduates today. Mrs. Irma Walker Adame, Associate Dean for Administrative Affairs, will call the candidates to be hooded. Dr. John Vinson, Dean of the school and Professor of Surgery, will then lead the graduates in the Hippocratic Oath.
The valedictorian for the CSPM class of 2017, Megan Hom. Johann Christian Abordo. Hooding Johann is his father, John E. Abordo, DPM, CCPM class of 2003. Jonathan Jens Abraham. Joshua Adams. Hooding Joshua is his sister, Heidi Campbell, PhD. Joseph Brafo Agin, Jr. Ryan Allen. Hooding Ryan is his father, Byron Adams Allen, MD. Audrey Alvarez. Sumaya Bader. Hooding Sumaya is her mentor, Kevin Miller, DPM, CSPM, class of 2006. Christina Lee Bridges. Raven Bridges. Thomas D. Curtis. Hooding Thomas is his father, Thomas J. Curtis, DPT. Desiree Dalcheron. Albert Avi Eliani. Lauren Eller. Sarah Christine Fedderson. Hooding Sarah is her mentor, Denton Elridge, DPM, CCPM, class of 2005. Charlotte George. Hooding Charlotte is her father, Frederick George, DPM, CCPM, class of 1978. Lisa Harrison. Toby Ishizuka. Philip Y. Jian. Richard Luke Jones. Leticia Juarez. Manpreet Kaur. Elham Kazai. Stephanie Coe. Hooding Stephanie is her uncle, Jonathan Hong, DDS. Christopher Eugene Kulawine. Abin Kumar. Hooding Abin is his mentor, Michelle Nguyen, DPM, CSPM class of 2015. Gavin Corey Lee. James Edward Lee, Jr. Laura Lee. Bobby Leung. Pudding Bobby is his spouse and mentor, Jenny Sarmiento Leung, DPM, CSPM class of 2013. Janelle Renee Maravellius. Pudding Janelle is her mentor, Kevin Miller, DPM. Luke John McCann. Kenson Miyake. Nava Mohammadi. Pudding Nava is her mentor, Kevin Miller, DPM. Ashmi Patel. Jay Patel. Riley Joseph Rampton. Pudding Riley is his mentor, Kevin Miller, DPM. Ryan Sherrick. Helen Schoen. Tyler Slattery. Renato Sousa. Matthew Mario Taranovic. Hooding Matthew are his parents, Mario Taranovic, DPM, and Julie Enrico, DPM, CCPM class of 1983. James Thomas Wilmore. Edmund Yu. Tony Zahner.
Will the CSPM class of 2017 graduates please stand? And please repeat after me. I swear to fulfill, to the best of my ability and judgment, this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk, and gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow. I will apply, for benefit of the sick, all measures which are required, avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and therapeutic nihilism. I will remember that there is art to medicine as well as science, and that warmth and understanding may outweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drugs. I will not be ashamed to say I do not know, nor will I fail to call in my colleagues when the skills of another are needed for a patient's recovery. I will respect the privacy of my patients. Most especially must I tread with care in matters of life and death. Above all, I must not play at God. I will remember that I do not treat a fever chart or a cancerous growth, but a sick human being whose illness may affect the person's family and economic stability. My responsibility includes these related problems if I am to care adequately for the sick. I will prevent disease whenever I can, for prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I remain a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, those of sound mind and body, as well as the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art, respected while I live and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and may I long experience the joy of healing those who seek my help. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Nicole.
The student speaker rotates on a yearly basis among the programs. In 2017, the Department of Physical Therapy has the honor of selecting the student speaker. The following individual earned the top academic ranking in his class, has demonstrated exemplary leadership and professionalism throughout his time in our program. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the student representing the class of 2017, Dr. Justin Lalonde.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right. Yeah. Now, let's take a minute and just give a round of applause for our family and friends who came out hundreds of miles just to see us here today. Like, that's amazing. And then we also need a round of applause for the graduates today as well. Cheers to you guys. So, my name's Justin Lalonde. I'm a student from the physical therapy program, and I just want to say how much of an honor it is to be up here and how humbling it is to be standing in front of all of you today, representing the graduating classes of 2017. This is definitely one of the best days of my life, graduating with a doctoral degree, and I say one of the best days of my life because a few weeks ago, the girl of my dreams said yes to me and is now my fiance, so. But I want to give special thanks to the Board of Regents members, our distinguished guests, and the chairs of all our programs, and the president of the university, Sharon Diaz. I just want to thank you all for the crippling amount of debt we've all acquired over the last 3 years. No, I'm kidding. We all know how hard you work to make this university an amazing place for us, and you really take our feedback, incorporate it into action, and consistently strive to make this university a better place for us. So as for the students and myself, we say thank you. I also want to give a very special thank you to my family, my mom, who gave me my brains, and my dad, well, I got his looks, so I appreciate that. No, but I'm very lucky and grateful to have you two in my life. You guys taught me how to be humble, how to enjoy life, and I wouldn't be the man I am today without you guys. Lastly, I'd like to thank my amazing fiance, Lena. She's amazing in every sense of the word, and you've been kind of the balance and stability in my life for the past 3 years, helping me get through this tough time, so I appreciate that. So, we are all about to receive a diploma declaring us competent in our fields. How amazing is that? Let's give ourselves another round of applause. So, how did we all end up here today? We all have a unique story and background that's brought us to this accomplishment in our lives today. For me, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was a sophomore in high school, I played football, I went to school, hung out with friends, and that was about it. It was a good life, and I was ignorant enough to think that it would kind of continue to be that way. So I was more interested in making a key block for our running back to spring him free rather than actually thinking about the actual science and biomechanics behind how muscles, ligaments, nerves, and those vital tissues serve to accomplish those goals. Then there was one key moment that occurred that changed my life and my entire perspective. It was a knee injury. I tore my ACL my sophomore year. In the grand scheme of things, it was not a big tragedy, but for a kid whose life that was primarily playing sports, it was kind of crushing to my psychosocial being. So the injury put me out for sports for about a year, and yeah, it was a physical injury, but it was also quite a mental blow to my psyche when you were take into account how much of your life is altered by one little play. But I was lucky enough to have an amazing orthopedic surgeon and physical therapy team who was just as determined as I was to get me back on the field. In the end, they gave me the clear to get back, but only after I busted through all their TheraBands. That's a PT joke. But these medical professionals ultimately gave me the opportunity to dig deep and find out who I really was, and influenced my life so much that I wanted to give the same opportunity to others every day. I wanted to give back, so that's how I got here. And I know we all have a different story to tell, but regardless of how our passion initially emerged, we are sitting here today because at some point in our lives, we made a decision to help others overcome adversity and do great things. So now that you guys know a little bit more about me and my spark for my passion for physical therapy and helping others, let's get to the good stuff about all you guys. For those of you unfamiliar with the SMU Merritt campus, we share space with the hospital, medical offices, and other healthcare professions, so much of our time is spent in classrooms and labs in the basement. But they have a great system worked out here. They basically throw us in the basement for about 2 to 4 years, and then we come out with 2 things: a white coat with the competency to help others, and a vitamin D deficiency. So, over the last few years, we've shared many of the same experiences. Late nights in the creepy basement, that's our cadaver lab. Countless hours of practicing skills on one another that may or may not throw out our back. Missing out on a weekend get-together because of an upcoming practical, being hundreds of miles away from family, and finally the dreadful commute to school from literally anywhere in the Bay Area. There's no triumph, joy, and pride without overcoming adversity, whatever that may be for you individually. I know that for our class of physical therapy, we've gone through some difficult times in addition to school, from having cars stolen, to being hit on bikes, to losing beloved family members that can't be here today to enjoy this with us. There's no doubt that graduate school in the medical field is challenging, trying, and tough. But today, we can proudly say we did it, and that is a testament to each and every one of you guys. As rigorous as these programs are, each and every individual sitting in front of us today found a way to make that happen. Whether that be through teamwork, family and friends support, or just relentless work ethic, drive, and motivation. Whatever you had to sacrifice or do to get to this point, it was you who did it, and you who are standing here today as graduates of SMU Merritt University. Now, before we leave here today, I just want to spark some thought for the future. I want you all to think about how you define success. So I'll tell you a little story of how I got to this part here. Before I began writing this speech, I did some research and was watching a lot of celebrity and impactful speeches, hoping it would provide something that I could use to make this memorable and meaningful, not just bearable. So most of the speeches were super cliche, rah rah, we accomplished this or that together, it was such a journey, and all that fun stuff. But then I came across this speech by Matthew McConaughey that he gave at a Texas grad ceremony. And he tells the story of how he went to a New Orleans voodoo shop with magical potions, each labeled for what they would give you. They're like fertility, health, family, energy, forgiveness, and money. And he says, guess which column is empty? Yup, money. Money is success, and the more we have, the more successful we are, right? So his whole point about that story was success should not be monetary. So I got to thinking about, what if there was no money in the world that we live in? What would I do? Aside from being Chip and Joanna Gaines on HGTV, I'd probably still choose physical therapy every time. And I hope you would choose the professions we so vigorously train for. Because what I define success as is not the amount of money I make, not the material things that I own, but as the amount of people I can positively impact in my lifetime. And PT gives me that opportunity. So I want to leave the world a little bit of a better place than I found it. Therefore, I challenge all of you to continue to ask yourself what success means to you and hold that true to your soul. Continue to be successful. You've already gotten this far. So, as we all leave our safe haven here and set out in different directions, always remember your family here at SMU Merit. And remember, we will make a difference in this world. So I'd just like to conclude today's ceremony with a few words that I would like everyone to remember throughout their careers. Wake up every day and know that you have the power, the knowledge, and the wisdom to inspire and enrich someone's life, to make it better, to make it happier, and to make it healthier. Stay engaged, follow your passion, remain humble, and enjoy the adventure that is life. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lalonde. I think I'm the first one, huh? Before we close, I would like to recognize NA alumni who are present today, and I know you're here, I saw you. Will all Samuel Merritt and CCPM or CSPM alumni please stand and be recognized? You are among our most honored guests today. Please remain standing. Now I ask you to recognize and thank those who helped make this event a success. I honor their dedication, commitment, and expertise. Will all Samuel Merritt University staff, faculty, administration, and board members please stand and be recognized. Thank you, and please remain standing. Our graduates today have reached their goals not only by virtue of their own efforts, but also through the support of others, including parents, partners, children, close friends. I would like to ask the graduates to stand, turn around, and give due recognition to those people in their lives who have contributed to reaching this graduation day. Please remain standing. Colleagues, you have worked diligently over the past few years to earn your degree, and you now face the bold challenges and exciting opportunities of patient care or residency programs. These responsibilities are enormous, but you have prepared yourselves well. We are confident of your talents and commitment to fulfill your oath of care to those patients who will depend on your expertise and your wisdom. So, to all in this hall, and with heartfelt best wishes to our graduates, I now declare the 2017 commencement ceremony closed.
special thanks to my amazing dad and my amazing mom, my very supportive sister, brother-in-law, my younger brother William, my roommate Adam for putting up with me over the last 3 years, and my girlfriend Erica, and all my family and friends who have just been there to support me throughout this long journey. Thank you.
I want to thank my mom and dad for being amazing support throughout this whole journey, and you know, always being there for me. And I want to thank my amazing girlfriend Nicole for just supporting me throughout this process. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mommy and Papa. Badumara mate kawan banata mane always support karta. Thank you very much. And I also want to say thank you to my friends and faculty who were really encouraging and supportive. And the only reason I made through it was because of all you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey family, mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, and especially my fiance. Thank you guys so much for supporting me through this. Couldn't have made it through DPT school without you, and I hope I make you proud in the future. Love you guys.
Just want to say thank you to all my family and friends and everyone who came out to support me on this day, and my wonderful husband who has supported me for the past 2.5, 3, 4, 5 years, and watching the kids. And I love you guys, and thank you everyone.
Hey class of 2017, congratulations. I want to thank my husband Vince for being on this journey with me and for encouraging me every step of the way. And I want to thank Kim and Abby for supporting me throughout all of these years. And a hi to Dom, Jimmy, Colin, and Evan. Thanks everyone for being here. Love you guys.
Alrighty, I want to thank you to my mom and dad for being patient with me and motivating me through the last few years, my sister and brother-in-law, as well as my grandparents. You guys are the reason I've done this last few years. Thank you for being here and supporting me. It means a lot.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to thank everybody who made this possible for me. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my husband, because without him I actually would not have done podiatry. It was him that pointed me in the direction of podiatry, knowing that I wanted to do medicine. So I'm very grateful for him for that, and I am thankful that he also sacrificed for me to do this. Like I said, without him, without his love and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I really want to thank him for that, as well as the rest of my family for being there and supporting me along the way. And it's been a fun trip, as this is job number 2 in life, but I've enjoyed it, and looking forward to chapter 2. Thanks everybody, love you.
Thanks Mom and Abba, you guys totally rock. Mav and Jack, you guys are pretty awesome too. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to thank all my family and friends for supporting me unconditionally these past few years, especially my husband who has literally supported me for the past 3 years. I also want to thank my in-laws, my dad, my brother, and my mom. I wish you could be here today, but I know you're looking down on me, proud of me and what I've done. Thank you.
Just want to send a very special thank you to my mom for all her support throughout the years, and I'm very indebted to you, and I love you. Also thank you to my brother Tino, my brother Ramel, brother Michael, and brother Nova, my sisters Ramina and Zena. Also I want to thank my fiance Karina, love you very much, and her parents and her family as well. And thank everyone from SMU Merit that made this journey fun and enjoyable for me. All right, love you.
I just want to give a shout out to my family, Mommy, Abba, Melissa, my aunt and uncle, Emmy, Florence, thanks for coming out. We love you. And for all you those at home, just thanks for the love and support. Couldn't have made it here without you. Thank you.
Les quiero agradecer a toda mi familia por todo el apoyo y el amor que me han brindado, especialmente a mi papá y a mi mamá. Muchas gracias. Este diploma y esta graduación se lo dedico a ustedes. Los quiero mucho.